How's it going, everyone? I'm Al, and in a recent cast that I did, I talked about a Protoss player that had just returned to the StarCraft 2 pro scene. Apparently, he wasn't the only player to return. So some of the Korean players, if you don't know, they have to go to mandatory military service, which they do for, I think it is about a year and a half or so. And sometimes they come back. And we've actually had a couple of players coming back, and this player is one of them. This is going to be a fun one because this is one of the all-time great Terrans. He used to be, what did Artosis call it? One of the 4 horsemen of Terran or something like that. But yeah, our blue Terran here from South Korea, we have INnoVation, even though for some reason he's playing under a barcode. So his name looks like, yeah, but it's actually, it's INnoVation. His opponent, oops, you didn't see that. His opponent, super strong Zerg player. It is Dark, also South Korea. This is going to be insane. These two used to have some really good games against each other, and INnoVation has been playing a lot coming back. He actually said that he wasn't planning on coming back, but he's been playing in tournaments and he's been playing a lot of matches as far as I know, so it'll be good to see. If you don't know INnoVation, because obviously he hasn't played StarCraft in, well, 2 years. I think 2021 was his last game, somewhere around there. He's a fantastic Terran player, like insanely good. And not because he's like Gumiho, where he, does funny builds or stuff like that. Quite the opposite. He's just really good mechanically. Like, he will do the same thing over and over again. He's a super predictable player, but he does it so damn well that it's really hard to play against him. His micro is good, his macro is good, his mechanics are generally good, and yeah, that makes him quite a solid player. So he's back now, and it'll be very interesting to see what he does. He actually does see the third at this point. And how he gets back. A lot of times when the South Koreans come back from their military service, some of them struggle. Now in recent times, a lot of them have been doing really well. Most obviously, Hero. Hero has been top of his game. So I'm really hoping that INnoVation sticks around and does really well, because he actually mentioned before he left that he was going to retire and not come back to the pro scene, but here he is, and he's so good to watch. Now I would call him the machine and stuff like that, but I do remember reading a post somewhere a while ago that he actually doesn't like being called the machine. He's a person too. But he's claimed that nickname just because he is so mechanical. He's just really good at this game. Now a lot has changed. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Not that much has changed since he last played, especially if you're looking at Terran. If he does what he normally did, like Marine, Marauder, Medevac, he should be okay. Terrans, they do tend to still play that a lot. So, there's a couple of things that have changed. The Liberator's changed a little bit. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he kind of missed the whole Ghost Mech phase, right? But, I mean, as you can see now, he's getting a bunch of aliens out. He's getting cloaked banshees out. That was pretty standard back when he was still playing. It's still relatively standard. But yeah. His opponent, though, is not a slouch. This is Dark, and Dark is going for a roach opener. Now luckily this is an accidental counter. The Banshee counters a roach push pretty hard. And how many roaches do we have so far? It's 9 with 2 more on the way. It's not too much to defend at home, but there is a Banshee and a second one is on the way out. Banshees obviously destroy roaches because roaches, they can't shoot up. Hellions, not so amazing, but yeah, here Dark sees it and he's like, oh nuts. That's not what I wanted. Because these Banshees can just keep going crazy on them. So he's gonna retreat, he's gonna have to retreat back to his queens. There's not much he can do about it. Unfortunate for Dark. Not the end of the world for him. He didn't commit fully on it. He just made a bunch of roaches and went across. He is still on 3 bases with a 4th on the way. You know, he's in a decent position. 3rd CC is on the way for INnoVation. He's going up to 3 racks. The stim is almost done. And so far, he's looking very solid. The map, by the way, is Ancient Cistern. Quite an enjoyable map. I've really been enjoying this one quite a lot. I think it's good. Viking gonna go try and get some more Overlords. Hellions, they're gonna be blocked by the Roaches. But here comes the Banshee once again. It's like, oh, double Banshee actually. Cloak is done. There are spores in the bases. Yeah, looks fine. So we'll see if the Banshees can get anything done. Ah, there's an Overseer as well, so they won't get too much done aggressively, I don't believe. But at least they were able to stop any massive damage coming in from those Roaches. Dark's getting 2 upgrades at a time so far. INnoVation doing the same. Combat shields on the way. Game gonna stabilize a little bit. These two are very good players. And obviously Dark, he's in a pretty good spot where he is right now. Oh, good little pull there. Good splits there for the drones. Stops a lot of damage going down on those drones. That's some very high level stuff. Infestation pit already. Is he up at lair already? Yeah, so that could be for Hive. Getting more roaches. Dark's always enjoyed his roaches. Hydra Den. Okay. But yeah, he's been a player that is quite willing to go into roaches, more so than I'd say the other top Zerg players. Because most Zerg players, they'll go Lings and Bangs. The roaches, they fall off too hard and it messes with your upgrades. He is getting ranged upgrades, so he's probably going to go into lurkers if I am to guess. Unless he does some weird Roach Hydra thing. Hydras have been buffed a little bit, don't forget about that. But here we go, we're going to see INnoVation pushing onto this. The tank's going to siege up on the low ground. Interesting position there. But that does mean that he can drop these Marines off on this side. Oh, and those tanks are going to hit nice and hard from the high ground. But, oh no! Oh. I'm shocked. I actually threw my hands up to my... Oh my goodness, that is so unlucky. Please, I need to replay this. If you missed this, have a look here, have a look here. Are you ready for this? I need to go back a little bit more. Oh my goodness. This was some insane biles and some very unfortunate luck. Alright, have a look, have a look. So he drops them. Oh, I'm shocked. That sucks, that's so much supply. Have a look at his supply, 137. Look at these biles. Boom! Both medevacs and the tank. Tank down to 120 supply. His entire army was destroyed by a couple of biles. Probably 3 or 4. Oh, that's unfortunate. That hurts. That hurts. Whew. Okay, so Dark is going to be feeling really great. I wouldn't be too concerned about the supplies at the moment. Remember, roaches are a little bit of inflated supply. But I mean, at this stage of the game, this amount of roaches can do a lot of work. Okay, we do see the Lurker Den and no Hydra upgrade. So yeah, it's going to be into Lurkers. Ah, that really hurts. That's so much lost. Yeah, INnoVation's lost way more, which as a Terran player, that's not the position you want to be in against a Zerg. Normally the Terrans have to be the more efficient ones, while the Zerg are going to be throwing away their units. A couple of medevacs going to be moving across. We're going to see if INnoVation's multitasking is still on point. It's hard to say because you don't know how much these guys have played. I said the same when I was watching the stats game. You don't know how much they've been playing StarCraft and how much they're allowed to. I mean, I have no idea what, about life in Korea at this stage. At any stage. So I don't know what they do and, how much time off they get during their military service. And if you were still playing... Oh, that hatch actually... That was not a cancel. Nice. So yeah, it's hard to say. But what I do know is that he has been playing a lot. So, these guys are good. So I'm pretty sure... they're able to pick it up quick enough. And with the absolutely slow rate of any Blizzard updates, the game doesn't change that much. Some of the strategies do change, but other than that, not too drastic changes happen. These Banshees are actually getting some work in now. But they're in a little bit of an awkward spot here. I think they might be taken out. Ugh. Buildings there actually hindering. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Vipers are going to come stare at them menacingly. Queens. Okay, one goes down. And there goes the second one. Ooh, this Terran army caught out of position. Luckily, INnoVation's reflexes are decent enough. He's able to pick it up, get out of there. He's up to 4 bases himself. Planetary here on his 4th. And Dark has not tried to reclaim his 5th yet. Okay. Alrighty. He's getting Lurkers out. These Roaches trying to catch the Marines once again. Get a couple more. Maybe not even a couple, maybe just one. Oh, Marines. Ooh, I love that. The Fungal and the Viper, the Lurkers. That's a great combination. Uh-oh. Okay, Nidus Worm. I didn't even see the Nidus. 5th and 6th base being taken by Dark. This one's going to be cancelled. Big Terran army moving down. A bunch of tanks sieged up here. One Zergling being irritating. Okay, a bunch more Hydras coming out. Is that all going to be Lurkers? Yeah, get rid of this. Oh, so he just used the Nidus to get the Roaches out. Nice. I like that. That's a cool little trick. Upgrade so far looking very good. Both players have 2-2. This is awkward. More Lurkers on the way. We've got a bunch of Marauders making now. INnoVation looking good. So far he is maxed out. But pushing into these Lurker armies is going to be tricky, especially if you're move commanding. Ugh. Tanks are going to siege up. They're going to be yoinked by the Vipers, which means that they're all going to go down. That's the last one. 2 more are going to be rolling in, but they're a little bit far out. Eek. I'm not keen on running into the Lurkers there. Oh, they get shredded. Marines get absolutely destroyed by Lurkers so quickly. He doesn't want to really let go of this position, but he has to. In terms of the losses there, still more going down for the Terran than the Zerg. He's going very Hydra heavy. That's it was 16 more Hydras on the way. Okay, here we go. Oh, Fungal, another one. It's going to be some more supply going down. I think Dark's playing this one really well. He's playing very patiently. And he's using such an amazing army combination. No! Oh! Ow! Those Lurkers go down, but that's a lot of health. Okay, luckily the medevacs have decent energy. Ugh. Being caught by that Lurker army, he's going to have to move into Ghosts. He definitely has to move into higher tech. This is painful to watch. Okay, luckily, does do decently there. Lurkers being sent all over the map now by Dark. Whew. Both players very similar in worker counts. INnoVation's actually a little bit in the lead by 9 workers. Well, 10 now. But yeah, pushing into these Lurker armies is very tricky. Keep the infestors alive. Fungal. No, here comes the reinforcements. 2 more Lurkers do go down. A little bit of a flank here. I'll get those units out of there. So many Lurkers placed all over the place. INnoVation supply is tanking so hard. He's on 160 now. Building back up. That's 9 more Lurkers. Yeah, the Lurkers are very hard to push into. You got to be careful. He needs to get out. He's going Liberators instead. So he has read the patch notes at least. I don't mind the Liberators. I think Liberators are good. And they allow the Terran to zone as well. And if you've got this very heavy ground, anti-ground army like Dark has, then the Liberators can do some good work. INnoVation's got a lot of smaller little forces that are split across. That's a better engagement. But he needs to be careful because this is going to be a big Zerg push now. A Nidus is going to come up on this side. Oh, Fungal again. Good mechanics there. Oh, good micro there, trying to get the Medivacs out of harm's way. That's not what you want. Tank gets pulled off. INnoVation overstaying is welcome a little bit here on the front. Okay, Nidus is going to be moved around to be dealt with. I hear lurkers. Alright, there they are. Single lurker busy irritating the planetary, yeah. Moves out of range. Not out of the scan, it will be picked off. Okay, so the Liberators are actually not for defense. They're going to be used aggressively. Not the biggest fan, but I mean, maybe he gets some damage done. It's 2 workers. But that's expensive for 2 workers. Oh, there's so many lurkers all over here. Dark's creep spread looking pretty good. INnoVation at this stage is getting upgrades for the vehicles. Gonna make his tanks hit a lot harder. Honestly, I think, okay, he's going ghosts now. I like the ghosts. I think ghosts are very good. They're gonna be very helpful against these Liberators. Oof. Yeah, that's another lurker picked off. These are expensive armies trading, but still, the supply efficiency is there for Dark. He's just gonna stand there and tank it, I guess. Go for it. Wow, that tank didn't even get up to sieging up properly. That's the problem with your tanks. Viper's pretty good against them. Ghost. Don't lose the ghost. These two are very, very evenly matched. There's a ton of lurkers. Dark is just going lurkers, lurkers, and more lurkers. Oh, those... Every time he goes running in, he loses quite a lot of supply. His tanks are also not quite split up evenly enough, so they do get hit quite comfortably with some biles. That's a lot of lurkers. No, INnoVation, you can't go in there. Maybe I'm more scared of lurkers than I should be, but it does not seem like a good idea. Supply is once again in favor for Dark, and it is a little bit of a lurker flank here. Woo! Picks up just in time. 196 to 161 supply. Well, 200 now. Bases are pretty even. Yeah, these players just trying to outmaneuver each other a little bit. Planetary is hitting these lurkers pretty hard, and now he's gonna have to deal with them. The economies have not been so hard hit. Okay, the ghosts are gonna be there to get rid of the lurkers. Where's this one? Oh, it's still here. It finally gets picked off. Dark's gonna pick up another base. More lurkers moving across the map. INnoVation is not wealthy. He has mules, so his mining is a little bit more than Dark at this point. But Dark's cost efficiency has just been really great. Look at that! 18,000 minerals versus 13. I mean, the gas. Yeah, the gas is a different story. Because INnoVation's been throwing lurkers away like it's nothing. That one's gonna go down. Yeah. This is causing INnoVation to keep pulling back, having to deal with these lurkers. Yeah, you haven't dealt with that one yet. Oh. Pushing in once again. Okay, here we're gonna see some snipes. But yeah, the snipes are hard. They're not as good against the lurkers as what they used to be, because you gotta get in range, and if you take any damage, cancels the ability. Maybe ghosts aren't the answer anymore. My goodness, he still hasn't dealt with a single lurker. Now finally we'll get rid of it. Nidus were gonna come up here just outside of the, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth base. But it's INnoVation's turn to move in a little bit. Lurkers are not in position. That is a big army. Gotta pick up, you gotta move out. The Nidus worm is finished. Not that he's gonna need it necessarily. There's so many battles going on here. They're like very spread out. Big Zerg army moving straight through the middle of the map though. Lurkers are gonna burrow. And some snipes do go off on the lurkers. But with the Lings there, they're gonna be able to cancel that. Couple more trying to go down. He's getting a bunch of snipes. Think he's gonna be safe to defend. Yeah, he gets it. Okay, decent defense there by INnoVation. 192 to 158. So actually, that was very much in the favor of INnoVation. And he could be pushing through here and just take a big amount of kills here. That's a great positioning for these lurkers. A lot of workers going down for INnoVation. It's not ideal, but he can start replacing workers with mules. And ow, ow, ow. Okay, snipes going down. Or steady targeting, whatever it's called now. Okay, that lurker finally goes down. These lurkers have not been dealt with. The small Terran army is doing damage. His armies are so split up, but it looks like INnoVation actually has really small armies. Like, I'm trying to figure out where's the rest. We have a move over to Ling Bay now. There's a lot of army. Okay, he's on 154 supply now. These two are back and forth the whole time. The supply is going up and down. This lurker still hasn't been dealt with. It just keeps dealing damage. This entire base was actually taken out by a bunch of lurkers. Pushing into this base over here. 10 more workers going down. It's 67 to 55 workers now. Dark is going to be out mining INnoVation. Good position for him. But these lurkers have just been a thorn in his side all the way. And that means that INnoVation is using scans for getting rid of lurkers instead of using mules, so his economy is less. If he had a lot of mules going now, he would be in a good spot, but he doesn't. I almost feel like it's like just get a Raven. Just get some detection, some mobile detection, so you can deal with these things. But I guess the ecos are pretty low, and he can't really afford to do that. And also, I guess he'd have to change around the starport. Not that he's using a starport, he's getting more medevacs. Okay, a bunch of ghosts gonna go on a mission here. Okay, trying to set up a nice defensive position over here. I do think that's necessary. INnoVation really needs that base, whereas Dark, he's mining all over the show. Okay, this one was dealt with. Here we go. Terran's gonna move in once again. Just gonna clear some creep out. These two really don't want to engage into each other because a position like this is hard for the Zerg to push into, especially with lurkers. And for INnoVation, pushing into any of the bases is hard because there's always a couple of lurkers sprinkled around. This is tight. I can't really tell you who's gonna take this one. The mining, well, okay, the mining is very good for Zerg right now. INnoVation running a little bit low on mineral patches, I think. He's mined out in the main. He's mined out in the natural. He's halfway mined out on his fourth. His third is done. This base is okay and this base is okay. So he does still have some. Overlord going for a scout. Okay, Terran pushing onto the creep, picking off 3 infestors. That's very nice. 3 free infestors. That's a lot of gas that's gone down the toilet to waste. In terms of losses now, okay, so it's evened up a little bit. INnoVation's been doing a lot better job. 196 Marines. There's more Marines lost than there have been Zerglings lost. How insane is that? Okay, positioning here. Ghosts in the back. They're nice and safe. Very Marauder heavy army here. Okay, he sees the lurkers. He's going to have to use... Oh, big push here. Counter push. Just going for the... whatever this base is. This is a big push in by Zerg, and that's going to make INnoVation move across, but he has to push into these lurkers. Scan does go down, a couple of snipes. Gets rid of one. This base is in trouble once again. Dark just demolishing the economy once again. 25 workers for INnoVation. I believe he's just going to start running out of gas here. Well, like steam. Let's say steam instead. This is a difficult position to engage into. The lurkers are set up. Blinding clouds going down. The tanks are not able to help out. These Zerglings going to deal a huge amount of damage. This army is going to be surrounded. The lurkers moving in. They're going to get rid of the tanks over here. And yeah, I think this might be the beginning of the end for INnoVation. He's going to try to do something, but he has no more mining. He can't even land this base. This one is also still up in the air. He's going to push across into this area. There are more lurkers. There are hydras. There are zerglings. The small Terran army, I believe, is just going to be destroyed right now. And Dark, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, 137 to 193. Dark should be taking this one. The Ghosts trying their best, but there's zero mining. Literally zero. So this army, this ginormous Terran army that INnoVation has, that's it. And he's losing some more to the lurkers. More Lings on the way. More hydras. GG, Dark takes the victory in what was a very back and forth, exciting match of Zerg versus Terran.